Yay! We're live, Meilissa. We are live. We should be streaming into the group. I'm just going to pop over to the group and make sure that we are streaming in the live group and not live on Facebook. Let me just check. Okay, yes, I can see us in the group, Meilissa. We are streaming
Great.
into the group. I don't see any eyes joining us yet, so we'll just wait a minute or two until people join. Welcome, Meilissa. It's an absolute joy to get you on this morning, all the way from New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand?
You. 7 o'clock, Wednesday night we are. Yeah. 7
okay,
p.m.
So it's 7 p.m. Wednesday night in New Zealand. It is here in France, it is 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So we're kind of at opposite ends of our day. I really appreciate you coming on, Meilissa, and having a chat about your journey. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how you came to be a personal stylist?
So I trained as a beauty therapist. So I had a couple of salons, and when I was 40, I gave that up and shifted down to the other end of the country and became a farmer. So,
wow.
So that was great, but then got to my probably late 40s and knew that I had to create something for myself. So I'd always looked after myself, and that was really important to me. I had my colours done, I think, when I was about 15. So,
wow,
and I think I have stuck to those a little bit, but I think I've veered off path a little bit as well. So I have only been doing this probably for 18 months. I have had no formal training as a stylist, but I have helped people, and that's how I got into it. I love working with women. I'm good at it, and that was something I wanted to get back into. So, about 18 months, coming up for 2 years. And then I discovered you on Facebook somehow. I don't know, you just popped up, or it could have been Instagram. And so I checked you out, looked at your reviews, and they were great. So I hadn't really had any training per se. I had a business coach, and I've done a lot of small courses, but I hadn't really got a lot out of that. And I had been thinking about colour. I already had a website. I have a website now. And then I took the plunge, I think, in January with you. And it's been great. Like, it has changed my business. So I'm pretty much revamping it, to be honest with you. And I'm going to make colour the main thing, the first thing that a client. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
now, bearing in mind, Meilissa, that the day I spoke to you, I went back and checked this morning. It was the 30th of January this year. And you had no color in your business. You were only styling. And now you're talking about a couple of months later, making color your main thing. You don't know how happy this makes me feel, Meilissa.
I know. And I, perhaps looking back, should have done that first off. But you have to just do what you think best at the time, and you evolve. Your business evolves. And I haven't actually advertised it on social media yet, but I am very busy with it. And it is just through word of mouth, talking to people, and also targeting businesses where I know a lot of women work. And I don't know what it's like over there, but we have a lot of women that wear black. They just wear black, and they don't know how to put colour into their life. They don't know what suits them. They'd like to do it. And so I'm just finding that it's just through referral, basically. And then when I get them online, we've done their colour, they do ask, what else can I do for them? So, you know, I tend to have a little bit of a script that I use and find out where they are in their life, what stage they're at, where are they now, and where would they like to be in 12 months, and what are the roadblocks that are stopping them from dressing a certain way and making their life easier, because that's what it's about. They just literally want to go to their wardrobe, and the hardest decision they want to make on that day is, am I wearing a dress or a pair of pants? And then just go from there, make it easy, because they're all busy women. They're either working, I would say the majority of the clients would be over 40 that I am doing. Yeah, definitely 40 plus. So yeah, no, it's going really well. I've had a very busy week, so
Yes,
it's
tell
great.
me
So I
about
will start
yesterday.
advertising.
Before we came on, Meilissa, you were telling me about your day yesterday. Tell me about your day yesterday.
Great day. So I had a client that I met about 6 weeks ago. She has lost about 36 kilos, so she's going through a real transformation. And actually, funnily enough, she's probably not someone I would have targeted. She is a farming woman. I'm trying to target more the women that in town that are working. But she's lost all this weight, literally has no idea about shopping. So we started off with her colours. And from there, she organised her wardrobe herself. She edited it. Well, basically, there was nothing to wear because she's lost so much weight. We met online again in the weekend. We had a half-hour meeting, video meeting. We made a list together. So we discussed her best neutrals and used those for perhaps her pants or, bits that you can wear underneath a jacket. We discussed her darker colours that are best for her, and her best accent colours, her wow colours for those days that she is feeling a bit yucky and wakes up. So we had a fantastic day, 4 hours of shopping yesterday. Normally I would invoice them before, but I haven't invoiced her yet, and I've broken my own rule, but that's okay. It's not a problem. I know she's going to pay.
Yeah, typically if we have built trust with a client, we know whether we're safe with them or not.
Yeah.
So is there big distances between your clients in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Meilissa?
So where I live, so I'm right down the bottom of the South Island. We do have a small city. I live in the country, but we have a small city. I don't even know the population, to be honest with you. We are quite good for shopping, but not amazing. So we are definitely lacking a few things, but that's where I can help people by perhaps creating a bit of a board and links to where they can shop online. Although most women don't like shopping online, they want to shop in person so they can feel the fabric and try it on. They're much more comfortable doing that. So we did the shop yesterday, and then I had an online colour consultation at 4 o'clock. I had a webinar at 7 o'clock, and then another colour consultation at 8 o'clock in the evening. So, and by 9 o'clock I had it, but it was a great day. It was a good day. And then today I had another meeting with a woman that is in the real estate business. So she wants for her and her assistant to have their colours done, and her assistant needs a bit of help with her body shape and buying clothes. So it's definitely leading on to more.
And this is
work.
all online, Meilissa. This is all
mostly
online.
Mostly online. Mostly online. Yep, the colour definitely online, and talking about wardrobes and shapes and things can be done online. We don't need to meet them in person. We can have photos and measurements. That's easy enough to do. Yeah. So no,
able to fit that. Sorry, there's a slight delay, Meilissa, which ends up me talking over you, but we can slow it down. But the other thing I was going to say, Meilissa, do you think you'd be able to fit in that amount of consults if you were doing it all face to face?
No, because I have to.
Yeah.
No, I can't, because it's half an hour drive to town, half an hour back. So there's an hour there. And the ladies love just being in their own home. I can do it on a Saturday morning, it's fine. Or I can do it in the evening, which suits most of them after work. I think that's the thing. But subsequently, I'm revamping my website to have the main service, the colour, and I'm taking out wardrobe editing and having a custom service where we build a service together, which might include colour, wardrobe edit, personal shopping, special event shopping. So I am changing that a little bit because I think that is going to work more so than just wardrobe edits and personal shopping, because I think women are a little bit reluctant to have someone else in their home. They're a little bit embarrassed by it. So they do take the advice, and then I am finding that women can do it themselves. And if they've got any questions, of course, they'll just ask. Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about before you joined my online color analysis program, Meilissa? What were you feeling? Were you thinking, were you scared? Or were you feeling this is the next logical step? Can you just talk me through that decision? Because there's probably a lot of women on here this morning watching this kind of thinking, do I take this next step or do I stay in my comfort zone of doing people face to face? What would you say to those people?
I was probably struggling to get clients. And to be honest with you, I find going and spending 3 to 4 hours in someone's home really exhausting, actually. Yeah. And as I was struggling to get the clients, I thought, right, I'll do another 12 months and see how I go. You know, and you're showing up on social media is good, and I quite like doing that. But you feel like that's all you're doing, and you're not really gaining anything from it. And that could be perhaps as well because you're not talking about a problem that they are having. And I think that's the thing they want education. And I have found this year, I thought, right, I'm just going to get on there. I'm going to start talking. And I'm not going to show what I'm wearing. That's not important. It's not about me. It's about them. And talking about issues that I know they might be having. And those are my, where I get my most engagement. And that's where I'm getting clients from. Just being in front of the screen and asking them a question and coming up with a solution. So I wasn't doing that before I came to you, but I'd seen quite a bit about colour and I ummed and ahed, and no, I just thought I have to do it. I'm going to give this one more go and see what happens. But yeah,
I lost
great.
You there. If you don't mind repeating that last sentence, I lost you a little bit on the last sentence.
I can't remember what I just said.
You can't remember what you said. Well, if anyone has any questions, they can ask underneath this video anyway. But I know there is loads of people tuned in and listening. And Milou asked, I would love to see how an online consultancy color or styling would work. Is the screen not misleading for colors? I would also like to help with outfits, and how does that work online? So absolutely, that's actually what I teach in my programs, Milou. I have 7 full color analysis consultations taped in there of me doing color analysis with clients. Were those helpful, Meilissa?
Great. Yep, really helpful. The colors definitely are not misleading at all. I knew my colors. I knew I was a winter. The palette is I know it's exactly what I should be wearing. The ladies love it. They love having their phone to go shopping with to match the colors up. And they know, and I always say to them, this is a starting point. If it's within that area of color, you're absolutely fine. But no, the colors are perfect. It's really simple. It is simple.
It is simple, and it's like, yes, the colors will be slightly different on the computer, but they're also slightly different in the shop. You're not going to find colors that exactly match with the palette. It's
You
about
don't.
understanding the theory behind why they work and conveying that message to your
Yep.
client. That is
Yep.
absolutely key. So, you know, and I think, you know, the way I teach in terms of level of contrast and getting the client to really understand how to pick out the color is really important. So,
Yep.
what would you say to people who are sitting there on the fence, Meilissa, and wondering, should I go for it and take my color and style services online? What would you say to them?
I would just say do it. I should have done this 12 months ago. That's what I should have done, because it's just made a huge difference to my business. For the cost of it, like ladies don't mind spending that money. It's not a huge cost, but they might be reluctant to spend sort of $400 or $500. So I think it's definitely worth doing. I mean, and before I did it, I had the same questions. Well, how can you do it online? How does it work? But it is just so easy. It is so easy. Yep, I would definitely recommend it. And by the way, I'm not getting paid for this, am I, Aileen? I'm doing it just.
No, it's too cheap, Meilissa. No, and I want authentic. You know, I want real. I want people to see the real story.
Yeah.
And you know, and also I want to see that you don't have to be, you know, 30 years old and look like a supermodel to be a
Right.
very successful
Right.
personal stylist and make very good money as a personal stylist. So you're
Absolutely.
a living, breathing of that, Meilissa.
Absolutely. And that was something I had thought about. So I'm in my mid-50s, turning 55 this year, but women love that. They feel that you've got experience, you know what's happening in their life, you know they're going through the midlife changes and how it affects them. You know they're stuck in a rut. And they know that you know that. They can resonate with you. So, no, you totally can do it. You don't need to be 30 and super slim. So,
because
no,
most people out there are
it.
not like that. They're absolutely not like that. So, Meilissa, I'm not going to keep you all day because I know that it has been a very long day already for you. It is just super cool to hear how well you are doing since our first conversation on the 30th of January. Meilissa is in my Certified Online Color Expert program. We're in there coding every day. And Meilissa is here in this challenge as well, because Meilissa is always learning. And if you have any questions for Meilissa, I'm sure she's very happy to answer them underneath this video. Right, Meilissa?
Absolutely.
So we're going to leave it there this morning. I want to thank Meilissa so much. I'm so proud to have her in my group, and I'm so proud of the work she's done. And she's an inspiration to you all. Thank you so much, Meilissa. And I'll see you soon in the group.
You sure will. Bye.